Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Levels of Madness. My name is Jess, and as always, I will be your game master, your weaver of lore, your guide on this weird adventure called life. Tonight we have Bree.
I'm playing Murin. I'm a Tiefling cleric.
Josh.
I play Nines, the Warforged Fighter.
Troy.
I play Ashu, the Warforged Monk.
And Brandon.
I play Caspian. There's a hot second where I panicked and forgot what I play. I play Caspian and I'm a Sea Elf Warlock.
And that is the exact panic that happens anytime that Josh is like, okay, we're going. And I'm like, what's my name?
Mm-hmm.
Who am I playing with?
I was like, I think I'm a barbarian. That feels wrong.
You're not.
You're not.
I am
You're
genuinely
slightly
destined
squishier.
to be
Remember what you are.
strength-based.
That is
I
true.
don't actually remember what your class is at all.
He's
Did
an
I hit-
ex-boyfriend.
Did we hit that is his class. Did we hit record?
No.
No.
I don't even have Audacity open.
We don't even have all of
Recording.
our programs open.
I am recording.
I should get
Recording.
inspiration. I should get inspiration for that.
You should get inspiration for that. You do get inspiration for that. I am the DM tonight. I can decide that. You do get inspiration tonight.
Okay. Cool. We're doing it live, everybody. We're doing it
Yeah,
live.
we are. You know, if the people who come to join our stream don't expect this level of ridiculous madness, then they don't know where they are. They're lost.
Lost causes.
I wasn't gonna go that far. I was like, they're lost. We can bring them on our weird ass journey with us, and you're like, fuck them, leave them. All right, so who remembers what happened last time?
Not me at all.
We
Yeah, not even a little bit.
Finished up them games, and then
Oh, right.
and then Troy.
Sis made somebody shit his pants.
Yeah,
did.
you did. And Troy, as Ashu, was being stalked, and we've been offered to kidnap someone. And that's where we
By
left
a
off.
red-eyed man.
Yes.
Some light kidnapping.
Kidnapping light.
There we are. Oh yeah, I exploded, and everyone around me has to take several d8s of damage as I exploded with Arms of Hater.
Wait,
What?
what?
So we had ended with the red-eyed man asking how you felt about some light kidnapping. And we did anime screenshots of what everybody's reaction was to this as we ended the session. And Caspian's reaction was to get so excited that he exploded into his Arms of Hadar as they started knocking drinks onto him. It's like, yes, alcohol shower is so exciting. So everybody does have to roll a strength saving throw.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's my bad.
And that does include my 2 NPCs.
I'm rolling real
13.
dice. After those 3 d20s last night, I'm
I
rolling
rolled a
real
4.
dice.
I rolled a 4.
Feel free to roll your dice.
Yeah, I think I might do that too. Might do
I
the
enjoy
Josh
rolling
method.
my dice.
Just drop a 20 on the board and pretend that it's real.
I feel like Roll20 knows when we're streaming versus when we're not streaming, and it saves all of my good rolls for when we're not streaming, and all of my shitty rolls for when everyone can see.
What are we rolling?
Strength saving throw. What's your DC?
Oh, a saving throw is +4. It's a 10.
Brandon, DC 14?
Yeah.
I fail.
Okay.
Did everybody just fucking fail?
Ashu failed. Murin failed. Nines failed.
Brandon, did you just kill us? Did you?
It's
This
2d6. It's 2d6
Oh, okay.
necrotic damage.
Okay, so Tolan fails.
Shit.
The red-eyed man, he yeah, he succeeds very much so.
I'm so sorry. I did crit damage on one of the rolls.
You butt.
So it is 10 necrotic damage. I'm so sorry.
We need to have an intervention with Caspian to try to figure out how to sober him up.
Well, he's sober technically right now.
That's true. As these glowing arms are exploding, that's why I'm just like pounding drinks. I'm like, I'm fucking excited. I'm fucking sober. Like, fist pumping, and like it's just like a chorus of finger snaps, like all of them, just like.
I like how I feel like in part of his brain, like as the arms of Hadar comes out and like sober you immediately like falls cold dash of water. It's like, oh no.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then you're just like, fuck it, I'm here already. Get me drunk again. How do I make it go away?
Yeah, like some arms are like fist pumping, some arms are snapping, and then several of them are fiercely grabbing drinks and just like dumping them into my face.
I love it. All right. So, as Ashu had asked the red-eyed man how like what all he meant by like kidnapping. He was very polite about his response, just like, what do you mean? Cassian, almost as excited as Nines is. Nines is pumped, but he keeps it more contained. He's like, yes, tell me, what kind of fucking shenanigans are we getting into? This is what I'm here for. Mirren, you're like, you know, this tracks with this group. This kind of tracks that we would just be offered a job to kidnap someone. Okay, cool.
Someone has just been paying attention to what we've been doing for fun.
Exactly. There's like, have you seen in my dreams? And then Caspian cannot contain his excitement like a toddler who gets promised such a big trip. Want it now. All of you get smacked by these arms. Does it just smack them and like do
Yeah,
damage? Does it push
just
them
like
away? How does
it's
it?
just punching everybody. Like it's just full excitement.
For 10
And
damage.
actually, let's see. Go
'Cause
ahead.
it just batters creatures. Like it's just flailing arms that just like
Just a bunch of melee attacks from tentacles.
Can you
Yeah.
go ahead and roll me a D100, Brandon?
oh god.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
That's a 46.
46. Okay. So you are in. We established that you're by the bar, and you are right in that area where people give you just enough of a bumper so you can like take a step back and start to maneuver your way back into the throng of dancing bodies. But you're not that far from it. So your arms of Hadar do indeed take out a good portion of the crowd around you. And it shoves everybody. A lot of confusion at first. Roll me a charisma check. At disadvantage because you are currently sober.
Charisma or charisma saving throw?
Just straight charisma.
14.
So the DC was 15.
Fuck.
Actually, you know what? The DC would be lower. Because this is a rave, which we established. And they didn't mind alcohol being thrown on them and things like that. So at first, when it happens, the people right around you, they get pissed. Because
Can I
they're
roll
eating dirt.
performance?
Yes.
That's 15 at disadvantage.
Okay. Together, yes. I will say that you are able to recover enough and like the arms are actually, still pouring alcohol like on you, but it's also going other places. So it's like, okay, this guy's just going super hard. And it's kind of a party foul because you're going a little bit too hard, but they're gonna let it go for now because you
Like,
seem to be very much enjoying yourself.
Like, I'm super hammered and I just like explode in excitement, but then like sober Caspian shows up and he's like, "Oh shit," and kind of reads the room, and so he starts like some of the arms are like pouring drinks into other. He's like, "Yeah," like pouring them into other people's mouths and stuff.
Yes. And so the music had kind of skidded to a halt for a minute. The band was like, what the fuck? Is this going to be like a fight? As you do that, music starts back up again. Bodies start gyrating. Everybody starts getting back into it and going back to enjoying their time. Tolan
All arms
is on the
wiggling.
ground after being knocked on her ass, or their ass, by your tentacles. And they look pissed. Martel, who is the red-eyed man. I got tired of calling him the red-eyed man, so I'm telling y'all his name. His name is Martel. He was able to, he brought up his sheathed sword, and he was able to kind of use that to bat off any of the tentacles that had gotten close to him.
My bad.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody say anything to Caspian as the crowd goes back to enjoying their time?
Ashu goes into combat mode.
Same.
Against Caspian?
Against the tentacles.
Ah.
Nines is visibly shook.
Caspian, what'd you
have
do? Because
damaged him.
technically you just attacked the party.
I'm waiting for an explanation.
I mean, it like he explodes in arms, but then like you can see that he's very clearly like visibly pumped and like pouring drinks on everybody and splashing them on himself and like, "Fuck it, yeah!" And he's just like screaming, "Light kidnapping!" Like, so I feel like it's fairly self-explanatory that Caspian is just jacked to the tits about the idea of light kidnapping.
Where's Hamilton?
I would never hurt Hamilton. The lowest two glowing sets of arms like very carefully like picks up him, holds it to the side to make sure
So-
like drinks aren't getting spilled on him or anything.
But that makes it worse that you let the rest of us take damage if you're capable of doing that.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, absolutely. Probably does. Subconscious Caspian is like, take the pig.
I'll
That's
allow
fair.
it because he's a little piggy, and I don't want him to die from
You
your.
have a
your...
bloodbath on your hands.
Yeah.
This is great. I was gonna say this would turn into a very different session.
I think drunk and sober Caspian both subconsciously are like, must protect Sir Hamilton.
Master.
Master. Okay. Do y'all accept that explanation from Caspian?
Sure.
I guess.
Bro.
Martel reaches down and gives Tolan a hand to help them up. They're not happy with you, Caspian. You just made their shitless. Like, you don't even need an insight check to understand that the teenage face is full of disdain and just oh, it hurts in a way that you didn't think it should hurt. Just a look, but it hurts.
It's my bad.
Deserve that.
Alrighty. So, Martel kind of takes a breath and he looks over at Ashu and he goes, to answer your question, we need you to kidnap is such a strong word in this case. I mean, technically it's kidnapping, but it's not It's only against her will until she realizes why. So you may have to bring her against her will.
I don't like this guy. This guy's giving me the creeps. Can I like insight check this person to be like,
You absolutely
Can
can.
what are you
can I do
about?
my
Huh.
my amulet, my
The mind reading.
medallion of thoughts?
What did you get for insight?
2.
Wow.
Natural 2.
Well, I can read his thoughts, so
Yes, you can. This is going to be the second charge for that because you
have I
did
used it today?
Yeah,
On the same.
and then he saved on the throw, and this is right before he brought up the kidnapping.
Oh, okay. So I literally just finished using it on him.
And he told you too, because he failed to save the first time, but because of the nature of the spell, they do know that you are delving deeper once you go past surface thoughts. So he then succeeded on his first attempt to break your spell and told you, he kind of winked at you, seemed pretty okay, and said you get 1. All you have to do is ask.
So maybe just ask.
Yeah, and insight.
Well,
He's
I can
being
just
like,
do the surface level though, right? Or does it have to be a save?
It says the detect thoughts spell. Can you look up detect thoughts and drop it for me? Thank you. Insight check. 9s, you're like, okay, cool. This guy's just trying to hire us for a job. He doesn't like. It's just a job.
Job. All right. Let's go get him.
It's only a wisdom throw if you probe deeper.
Yeah. So if you want to activate the spell, and then it's kind of like up to you if you ever want to use it and not probe deeper, because it does still use up the charge.
That's fine. I'll just read his surface thoughts as these questions are being asked.
Okay, so surface thoughts is you get that the person that he's talking about, their name is Calrissa, and that they are in danger. And that this is more of a way to keep them safe than it is to cause them harm.
Okay. Ashu kind of calms down a little bit.
So it's like rescuing more than kidnapping, maybe?
Rescuing when they don't know that they're in danger. Yeah.
I will accept your quest.
Martel looks kind of surprised. That's it? You don't need any... I figured I'd have to convince you guys.
What does it pay?
After seeing Caspian, he thought he'd have to convince us?
Well, he's very obviously drunk.
Fair. That guy's clearly not in charge.
He's not.
Seems like he'd be one to be gung ho for a while, but he seems to just have been enjoying the festival today. A little bit a bender at a carnival. No big deal. It's not like we do it every day.
Can I convince this guy that Alexander Hamilton is our leader?
You can make a
Deception.
persuasion. What'd you get?
We could just move on.
What'd you get? You rolled for it.
I rolled I got overall, I got a 3, and
Oh.
and that's with that. There's a +2 in there.
Oh, so you rolled a critical failure is what you're telling me.
Yeah, natty 1 to
You rolled
persuade him.
them natty ones.
Mhm.
That the pit to persuade him that the pig is our leader.
Yeah.
I am very delighted at how this misunderstanding is gonna go.
What do you say?
What do you say? With a natural 1.
I just
Would-
gesture to the pig and say, "Meet our leader."
I need to roll a 17 for insight. So yeah.
He's not
He
buying
kind
it.
of like chuckles at you, like, okay.
I start
And then he
bowing
looks at
to
Alexander Hamilton. We're not worthy. We're not worthy. He looks quick, like he gets like a cursory glance to Alexander whenever you like point to him, and then he does a double take and he just goes, and then he squats down and he's like, Tolan, look. The piggy has on armor, and look. And then he kind of moves it so you can see the chains that keep it together, and he's like, I know this brand. I know who made this.
Ashu steps in between him and Hamilton and says, "No one touches the pig."
I didn't touch the pig. I touched the armor. You're fine. Where did you just? Where did you get this armor? Where did you acquire this piggy?
I'm not going to tell you.
I'm not saying anything else anymore. I want to let Ashu dig his own grave here.
Have you been
Why
to
do you want to
Lundy?
know?
Because
Yes.
I know the armorer who made that armor. I know that insignia, and I also see that it's been branded with the lotus flower.
Yes.
And
What does that
doing
mean to you?
you've been doing some good. You've made quite an impact on at least one person in Lundy, so you must have been doing something good. It means, and he kind of takes a pause, and you still have your surface level thoughts going, so you see, like, you get from him that he's making a decision to trust y'all. This kind of cemented for him that you are the people who should help him with this. You also get a frustration that comes across that he can't do it himself. That he has to ask anybody to.
Okay.
He kind of slaps his legs and he gets up from the squatting position. Tolan is fascinated by Alexander Hamilton. They're still kind of looking down, like, not touching, just like, it's cute. I don't know how I feel about why does this make me happy? And Martel stands up and goes, okay, so I need you to kidnap the bride.
Well, I'm sorry.
The wedding that's currently happening. The bride is in danger. And we need to get her out. I don't know how much you want to know on the off chance that. Well, and Tolan kind of perks up. On the off chance that you're not good enough and that you get caught, and on the off chance that you happen to be tortured by Lord Norin.
Are you tortured?
I don't feel pain.
Tolan kind of looks at you. Neither do I. And then looks
Interesting.
back at your piggy. But this thing makes me happy.
At least you can feel happiness.
I've never done that before, though. Your pig is magical.
Is she gonna try and steal the pig? Are we gonna have to fight this person over Hamilton?
You can roll an insight.
To see if
you
we're
want
gonna have to see if I'm gonna have to like tackle this lady about, is it a lady, about the pig?
They use they them pronouns. They are
Oh, sorry.
androgynous. You're
Sorry,
good.
sorry.
You haven't asked them. But you did see them turn from like a elf woman into a teenage goblin.
24.
From the way that Tolan is kind of acting, it's clear this animal is fascinating to them, but not on a. It's kind of like when you see something really cool and you like to admire it. It's not a desire for possession.
Okay, so they're not gonna steal our pig.
No.
Okay. Then I'm gonna reassure Nines in the way that Deanna Troy does, of like, I'm not sensing any malice, just curiosity, Captain, sort of a thing.
Are you reassuring Nines or Ashu?
Ashu, that's correct.
I gotcha.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. So the red-eyed man leans towards you and says, "My name is Martel. That's all I'll give you for now. It is dangerous to know more. Tolan has enough information to be able to assist you in your task. They will be going with you. This is their task in order to go to Euphoria and get into the school that they would like to and learn from the masters that they desire to meet. Will you help them?"
Yes.
Ashu nods his head.
The most important part about this, the wedding is happening now. Your job is not to stop the wedding. She needs to marry the Lord's son. We don't think that she will survive the next 2 days, though.
Where is the wedding?
It is inside of so in Quarky, there's the 2 levels of the city. Within the first level was where the carnival was being held. In the inside level, it's all walled in. That's where the wedding was taking place, and the more upscale performances and things of that nature. That's where the wedding party was celebrating and things like that. The common folk kind of got the carnival on the outside level.
Okay.
There's a main house that they
Where-
will be staying in.
Okay, I was going to ask where do they go after the wedding then?
Yes, so they'll be staying at the Grey Rock, which is the local. It's a local merchant family. It's Calrissa Grey Rock is who is marrying the Lord's son. So they will be staying in the main house before they are supposed to be going out on their honeymoon. And then eventually they will both move to, I don't know where I put my map, but to where the Lord's Manor actually is.
Should we just go hide in the house and wait for them to get there and just knock the guy out and take her?
Yeah, does he have a plan? Does he have a plan on how to do this, or is he just like coming to us willy nilly, like, "Hey, I gotta do this"? Like,
He
let's
is
go.
How many
not.
deaths are acceptable?
He kind of looks at you guys and he goes, "I can't. The more involved that I am, the more likely you are to fail. Tolan will take it from here. They are very good at getting into places they probably shouldn't be in.
All right,
I will
well,
leave you to it.
let's rock and roll. Tolan, take us in.
Martel looks at Tolan and he's, you know where we're rendezvousing. I'm trusting you. Get this done. And then you have my recommendation. And Tolan nods and kind of draws themselves up and then, there's a reason I'm still alive. Let me do what I do. And then turns towards you. Crosses their arms across their chest. All right. How useful are you?
I completely
quite fast.
change myself to someone else right in front of him.
You change to him.
I change to him, crossing my arms, and ask him, "How useful are you?"
They change into you. Says, I'm
Oh,
quite useful. And then turns back.
You guys just Uno reversed each other.
I turn into the red-eyed guy.
I already did that. I even fooled you guys. The
Ashu
falafel
says,
I'm
stand?
quite fast.
They look at you and they're like, the falafel stand? Remember? You were following the red-eyed man. I knew you were following me. So I didn't look like him anymore.
Okay, well, does this guy want to have a pissing contest, or do we want to get this job over with?
I just asked how you guys would be useful. I can get in and out pretty much unseen. My problem is, unless I knock her out, I can't drag a lady with me. I mean, she's not that big, but like, I'm
I can.
fast. I'm not.
My head of disguise allows me to change the size of me, but if you were to put your hand through my body, then you would go through it, so I could disguise myself as a heftier, larger person and carry her within the illusion.
Would it work on somebody that you're carrying though, or does it just work on you?
you could like backpack around him.
Yeah, like
Just you.
we could put her around me. It's
Like what if we put her under a coat that he's wearing? Since it changes his clothes, wouldn't it change his outer appearance that she's under? That's a reach.
Tolan goes,
Everybody have a
okay,
bag of holding.
so you can, points to nines, so you can change what you look like. That is useful. Obviously. It's helped me stay alive. Points at Caspian. Can you do anything besides cause trouble?
no.
Not so
I
far.
can make a distraction.
Ideally, we're looking to do this without anybody noticing and then being long fucking gone before the Lord notices that his brand new daughter-in-law is no longer there. Is that something that you can do, or do we need to plan on something else?
I
do not think that we should try to depend on stealth from Caspian. I think that we should use Caspian as a distraction.
Look out who could turn into a distraction if we
Or
need them to be.
perhaps Caspian could like lure the girl away, or lure someone else away, or
super
go
good at that.
go cause a scene somewhere so that the Lord has to go address the scene. The only problem then is that we have a very memorable person connected to us.
Can I?
Could I give him the Ted Farty hat and have him? Or wait, can you travel through water puddles? Like, could you jump into a water puddle and like go somewhere else, like dimension door through water puddles?
I
Like that
so
would be a
just
cheat.
doing the most tame thing that Caspian can do. I create just a tiny little sphere, like a floating sphere of water, and like spin it and like in between my hands. I'm like, I can do this. and it's just a very tiny little globe of spinning sphere of water in between my two hands. I'm like, I can do that, and then I go, and it evaporates.
And Tolan kind of blinks at you and goes, "Yeah," like Aang and his little beads.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Just- and Tolan goes, "Could be useful. Okay, I appreciate the honesty."
It's literally it's just the most tame thing out of all of the shit that
You're
I
like,
do.
I
'Cause
don't want to break anything else.
It's because it's between that and like Witch Bolt. So, you know,
I mean, you don't have to show them what you can do. You can just tell them. I mean, I appreciate the fact that you're like, I'm on display. Like both of y'all are like, I'm gonna show you what the fuck I can do, you little shit. All right. Turns to look at Ashu and says, "Okay, slightly different, Metal Man. What can you do?"
I start flipping all around. Very acrobatic, and I can run really fast. And he like takes off and runs right back.
like Naruto running. But it's like
Yes.
little kids fast. It's like that clunk, clunk, clunk. Like, look how fast I am. It's like, wow,
That's as fuck, boy.
that's as fuck, boy.
Go ahead and roll me.
Well, I have a +6 to acrobatics.
Go ahead and roll me acrobatics.
Just a
Just a-
straight roll.
Yeah, because we're gonna see how well you run through the crowd.
20.
You are legitimately like the people in the crowd that you're passing, because this is a very crowded place, so you're like running back and forth. You kind of like can run up the wall to turn around, but it's a tent, so you're just like you're super duper light-footed, and then you run back through, and everybody that you pass like just assumes that you're dancing with them, so they like move out of your way, and you're just me 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 like Sonic the fucking Hedgehog.
Yep.
And then you stop in front of them.
I can
they're
move
like-
120 feet in one turn.
Holy shit. Hang on, they might actually have. Is that them? No, that's not them. Sorry, different character. I thought that they had Long Strider, which would have given you even more movement if they gave it to you, if they cast it on you. Okay. Turns to look at Mirren and they go, "I like the aesthetic. Bones,
Thanks.
cool. Can you like? Do you just kill people? I don't want to assume. I just like the whole vibe makes me think that like death is your thing. So like, we're trying not to kill a bunch of people. We don't have to. Ooh, what can you do?"
I mean, I'm pretty comfortable with you not thinking I'm useful. So
And Tolan kind of blinks and they're like, "Well, I mean, like, not necessarily not useful. Sorry if it came across like that. Everybody is useful. You just like it's like
not-
useful in the way that like I have kind of a plan, and like does your puzzle piece fit into that plan, or do we kind of need to like rearrange the puzzle piece? Because I don't want to get caught by this guy. He's kind of a dick."
Oh, I'm much better about in killing people with intention.
Cool. Back burner in case we need you. As y'all are talking and trying to like come up with this plan, Nines, you feel up like that weird sensation of somebody has come up kind of close behind you, but they're not touching you, but you're like, someone's almost touching
Oh
me.
shit.
Someone's almost touching me. You turn around?
Yes.
Alrighty, so. So as you turn to look at them, the noises of the party, the noises of your party members talking seems to deafen. where you can still hear it, but it's like you're hearing it from underwater, where it's noise, you can't discern anything. The people around you also seem to become unfocused, like you're looking through a camera that's completely out of focus. So it's just those colors and shapes moving. You're still here, but you're no longer interacting with what's around you. Everything is hazy and nothing is solid except for the hooded creature that is standing in front of you. This is the same hooded creature that had approached you when you first started walking through the tent in the party, so that they would see you later.
Ah,
Do you say anything?
you again. What are you doing?
I find you interesting.
Why are you whispering?
This is simply how I talk.
Exhausting. Okay, what's so interesting about me, a regular old machine man?
And you hear, it seems like their voice like echoes and comes closer to one side, as if they'd like zoomed in next to you to just whisper slightly. Are you just a regular metal man? Oh, I don't think so. And the voice that you're hearing at first sounded feminine, but the voice is constantly changing. It's deep, super bass in the voice, all breathy, doesn't sound quite there, but it's constantly changing. You kind of hear the sound of Murin's voice coming through, and Ashu's and Caspian's, and people from your past. You're like, that kind of sound, like that reminds me of that person. And then there's voices of people that you never talked to before. It's never fully the same voice, but it's never fully somebody else's voice. It's all intermingling. You are about to make a choice, and I would like to help you to succeed. Will you let me give you a gift? And you can roll insight if you want to.
Yeah.
She
If
grabs a
there's any-
coin and whispers into it and drops it.
Don't do that to me. You're not gonna hand me a coin and be really weird, are you?
You hear a slight chuckle. And as you were looking at this
Get
hooded
on.
figure was taller than you and now seems to be shorter than you.
Can I
And then,
see
like,
any
you-
facial features or anything under the hood, or is it just darkness?
You can tell me what you rolled on what you just
I
rolled, and
rolled
then
it's 9.
a 9 on insight. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't get any.
Oh wait, no, 6. 6 insight in 6.
You know, people offer weird gifts all the time, and honestly, success is cool. I mean,
Probably just a
they
fan.
don't seem to be like, yeah.
Just a
They could have
fan.
seen your performance earlier and been like, you know what, you're super fucking interesting, and I think that is bullshit that you lost. So I'm gonna give you a gift that's gonna help you to not fucking lose again, because you're my favorite.
Oh, they're just oh yeah, they're just subbing. That's all they're doing. It's just a
Yeah.
subscription. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll accept a
and-
gift.
Did you want to roll perception to see if you could see the face through the hood?
Perception. Whoo, that's a 21.
21. Okay. So you're peering intently at this person, and you're more and more, they're not the same form the entire time.
Oh, spooky.
You do see a face in the hood. The face seems to change one tiny detail at a time. So it's never fully the same face. And just like the voice, it's undulating and changing from feminine to masculine and all different spectrums in between. The hair color seems to constantly be changing. Browns, reds, blacks, nothing with this creature is solidly one state. It's in constant flux. And as you're looking, they meet your eyes. And I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
It's a 6.
As you meet this creature's eyes, your mind is thrown back to the ruins where you met the party. And you're remembering when Murin had gotten kind of encased in the wall and those tendrils had started to come and surround her. You were the one who had pulled her out, and you'd seen the same eyes that you were seeing in this creature
Oh no!
of this red and black.
His nine's like, Murin, it's for you.
I think this is for you, bro.
For everybody else, conversation is continuing as normal. This creature is not something that you have seen. You, from what you can tell, Nines just turned around for a moment. Nines, you are captivated in this gaze. And you feel a presence. And it feels as though those tendrils are wrapping up all around your body. And you hear that voice again. I'm leaving you with a gift. It's up to you when to use it. It will make you strong as you desire. And I believe you will find the fame you seek. Go to Euphoria, and you will find your crowd. You blink, and everything is back to normal. The crowd is dancing around you, music is popping, everything's going.
At this point, Jess is like, if y'all do not fucking go to Euphoria, I'm going to lose my goddamn mind.
Oh, that's up to you whenever you go. You'll go there eventually no matter what, but up to you.
Whether you like it or not.
There's lots in Euphoria, but it's not the only place that you can go to.
Okay,
Alrighty.
can I like do any kind of check to figure out what the hell happened to me?
Sure.
Like, 'cause this
What?
thing is gone now, right? I'm just standing there,
Yep. Yep.
and
And you
I
hear
remember
everybody continuing to talk behind you, like, okay, that's kind of useful, but like, how can we do this and not get. I'm serious. This dude tortures people for breaking the law. Like, it's bad. Do you want to roll like Arcana? Do you want to roll Nate or like a medicine check to see if physically you're okay? Because what you felt, I'll describe what you felt. You felt the tendrils. You felt them coiling up, wrapping around you, kind of like a cocoon from the ground up. And and you couldn't move because you failed your wisdom save. And then as this cocoon like encased your head, you felt something deep in the recesses of your mind. Something does feel different.
is it different bad or different good?
You don't feel sick. You don't feel any negative aspects of it, except for like, what the fuck was that?
Can I roll investigation to investigate myself?
Go
I'm
for it.
like,
Run a diagnostics on yourself.
it's a 19.
19. You kind of run a diagnostic. Like, you are a construct. You are an amalgamation of metal and wood. You know how your body is. You've had upgrades. You know when things are off. Nothing physically is different. You feel that there is I don't want to say like a time bomb, but it's like something will happen. You don't know what's going to make this thing happen, but you get the sense that there was something left physically, spiritually, whatever, something magically obviously was left over from that encounter.
Okay, so basically I'm Keanu Reeves in Speed, and Dennis Hopper has just put a bomb in my brain. That's what you're telling me.
I mean, you didn't get any
I
malicious intent from
Fucking
the
forget
character.
that was Dennis Hopper.
I know, right?
Seriously,
That's a deep
forget
cut.
that was
I
yeah.
took a second to think about what the name of him. I was like, that wasn't Anthony Hopkins. No, that wasn't. No, it's Dennis
Mhm.
Hopper. Yeah.
Dennis Hopper.
Okay. I don't say anything to my fellow teammates about what has just happened to me. I just turn around and assimilate back into the conversation, just like paying attention.
And it seems like everybody kind of saw you like turn around and then turn back around. This happened in a moment. All right, so does anybody have anything to add to the potential discussion for how y'all want to get into this building? Tolan tells you that they have scouted the building already, that they know that there are places and that they can sneak in.
Are there guards of any type?
Yes, there are. They tell you that there are the normal city guards, which kind of guard the interior. You had seen a couple of the guards that were standing at the gate between the outer and the inner levels when little shit boy had beat you at the rap battle, essentially. So there are those guards, and then Lord Bregrin has brought some guards of his own that guard himself and his son.
Okay.
Whether or not they will also guard his new child, as they are married into the family, they don't know yet.
Do we know their routes? Do they have any schedule that they've figured out?
Tolan's like, oh yeah, like the guard schedule is pretty easy. Like the city guards, not really people we have to worry about. It's the other ones, like Lord Bregrin. He keeps guards around him who are cool with what he does, you know? What? Yeah, nice. What's up?
Can I disguise myself as one of the guards and like shepherd these guys around to where we need to go?
Definitely. You want to do a city guard or you want to do one of Lord Bregrin's guards?
If I was one of Lord Brevlin's guards, would he be weary as to why I'm walking with this group and not him or in a post somewhere?
Yeah, from everything that Tolan has told you, it seems like Lord Bregrin only has like 4 guards with him, like 2 for himself and 2 for his son. It's not a huge contingency that has come with him. The gist of what you're getting from Sorry, my dog just opened the bathroom door and scared me so bad.
Do I have less access to the castle and to the areas as a city guard? Like, would I still be
No.
able to go through the like restricted areas with these people?
Yes. As a city guard, you would be able to get into the interior portion of the city. You would definitely be able to get up to the main house.
I'm gonna
More than
disguise myself
likely,
as a
they're
security
going to
person.
have some city guard posted outside as just because there's so many more people. There's a carnival going on, increased security kind of thing.
That's fine.
Excuse me.
I can persuade my way through if I need to. Yeah, I'm gonna disguise myself as a city guard. So as we
Tolan
move,
looks at you and says, like, okay, like, just steal my fucking idea. Cool.
I'm sorry. I didn't see you doing it. Smart ass.
You didn't ask me what my plan was. I told you that like I was cool with getting in, and like, how do you think that I've been walking around in there to figure? You know what? It's cool. There can be 2 guards, like, or like, and then looks over at everybody. Well, this could be a problem though. None of you look right. I mean, he might be able to get away with it, and points to Caspian. However, obviously, he's from the water, not a normal elf. Well, normal elf, not someone you would see a whole lot in this part of the world. Okay, so you can change your look. Tiefling's definitely not cool in the inner city. Warforged not really either, but they do hire them. They don't really think of them as like people though.
That feels super racist.
Oh, welcome to Lord Bregrin's areas. The look on her face is just like disgust. Y'all are new to this area. Cool. So what you should know, oh, God, it's so fucking loud in here. Like I get why he wanted to be in here because like it's hard to overhear, but can we go outside?
What is the worst thing that happens if we just go in loud and fast? Like just SWAT team, we just converge, like just
Well, you would
Concussion
have
storm the
grenades.
walls.
the city guard of Corky. You would probably Lord Bregrin would get involved. I mean, his whole thing was that he was like a big hero, and then he became a lord because he was like such a big hero. You know, that was from what I understand before he was like a major fucking dick. But
How close is this where they are to water?
to what? I mean,
Like it doesn't have to be like a castle on a cliff's edge overlooking the sea by chance, does it?
no, y'all are in the like
Middle of the goddamn
woods
city.
or kind of. Y'all aren't terribly far from like the ocean side, but it would be at least a couple of hours to get to seaside. There's like lakes and stuff further inland, but I mean nothing too large as far as you got puddles, you got bathtubs.
Hmm. Interesting. I'm less useful than I would be.
Oh, is everything that you do like water based? I mean, like I said, I didn't want to assume just because you look the way that you do, but like it's kind of a pretty hands-on, like pretty on the nose.
It's very fish based. It's very fish based, yes.
That's correct.
Fish based and damage based. There's not a lot of stealthy things that I'm capable of.
Like I said, like it'd be really cool if we didn't have to get into a fight. Like, def prefer it. I know that
We-
Martel would like for us to get at least a day away before they figure out that she's gone. But like also, well, I don't know.
So I got this necklace
for
of
what-
fireballs. Can I use this?
Ron campaign.
Oh, whoops.
They look at you and they're like, all right, I really don't like not telling the people that I'm working with the full fucking story. So the question is, do you plan on getting caught? And if you do, will you fucking squeal?
Why would anyone plan on getting caught?
I've worked with some weird people. I try not to kink shame.
I don't plan on getting caught.
That's a reaction. That's something to watch out for. He enjoys being tied up. I can tell.
He hasn't even seen your tentacle yet.
It like starts to like peek out.
It's
I-
just over your
I-
shoulder, like hello.
I can say with a surety that torture will be of no use to me.
He's
Tolan
his
kind of
ex-girlfriend.
blinks and goes, "You learn something new about a stranger every day." Looks at everybody and goes, "I think what are we gonna do to freaking hide who you guys are? I can look different. You can look different. Can anybody else look different?"
Nope.
Ashu shrinks into a little trash can.
Fold up into a trash can like a transformer.
Yes.
Then looks at everybody and goes, shoo.
I don't know. It seems
Alright.
like we're stuck. I don't know.
You could wear me like a backpack. You're like a little mechanical backpack.
And then they look at you and they go, "Do you open up?"
I press a button and a little slide opens up on my chest.
And they look at it and they're like,
It's
don't-
it's just filled with Alexander Hamilton's snacks.
Yes.
And they go, "Oh,
What-
no, I don't think even a gnome would fit into there." Okay.
What are the chances of me just seducing the bride and her just like leaving?
Yes.
A 1 in 20 chance of you seducing the bride. I mean, maybe more. You don't know how how she
Five out
feels
of
about
20.
her new husband.
The DC 15
Let's warm it
to
up.
shag the
Warm
bride.
it up. Let's see what happens.
All right.
Let's see
So,
how.
what we will do,
Wow.
we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we are going to jump in time a little bit to where Tolan is about to try to lead you inside the first gate. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So while we are on break, mentally prepare yourself. And we
On it.
will attempt to get this kidnapping going.
Going in fast and loud. Let's do this.
Alrighty. So we will be right back after a quick break. Hang out with us, everybody, and we will continue the shenanigans in just a minute.
Bye.
out there. Hit them hard before they know what hit them.
I mean, I'm not opposed to just running in hot. So
let's try the stealth at least.
Attempt.
I think we
attempt to
should.
Stealth.
I think we should maybe attempt stealth.
Let's just roll group stealth, see how that goes,
I have
and then
disadvantage on stealth, so
That's
Why?
the thing about the group is that it will be group average to beat a DC. If y'all and here's like just advice D&D wise in general.
roll the devil
You
dice
can
for this.
always become loud from quiet. It is
Mhm.
a lot harder to become quiet from loud.
That is
So
true.
I mean, you can always attempt the stealth, and if it fails, then you can be like, you know what? I wanted so badly to just fucking get in there and fight that while attempting to be stealthy, I just fucking broke the door down and I screamed, "Fucking go at me!" or some shit. Like, there's always that role playing opportunity to go ham because y'all didn't do so good at stealth. But yeah, I will. If y'all do attempt to stealth, we'll do a group stealth roll. I'll set the DC based on the fact that there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There'd be 5 of us. Can I count? No. Is that bad in D&D? Probably.
22.
one of you has to.
I got a 5.
One of you.
I got a 5.
Oh shit.
What are you? You're 12.
Okay, Tolan got a 25.
All right, hold on.
Did I hit a wall again?
None of you? Oh my god! I'm
Okay,
throwing
hang on.
all of my dice in the trash. I'm throwing them all in the trash. There's not a single one of them that.
I actually threw one away when we played that one night. Well, I only have
Did you
4 of my
really?
D20s. Yep, it's in the. It's gone. Nah, it belongs. It belongs back with the earth.
Okay.
Jesus Christ! Is it you?
Well, okay.
Okay, hang on. Let's go back to y'all were talking, and I will say that you have left the party by now, and that you have gone to kind of a secluded alley type situation to discuss what you guys wanted to do. Yes, Josh.
Can I give the hat of disguise away so that Mirren can disguise herself and not have the racism happen?
Yeah, most definitely.
She's got to promise to give it back, because once she puts it on, it can only be taken off of her corpse. So I can't just take it back from her.
Wait, what? Oh no! Like I can give it back to you. I don't
You can
have
give
to
it-
die for you to
can
give it
give
back.
it-
Okay.
Correct.
I was
correct,
like,
correct.
bro.
But like, if you're
You're
like,
like,
I'm
I'd
not
prefer
giving
to
this
not
back
have
to
the
you, and
hat.
I'm not taking this off. It's like, shit. Guess what? It's the only way I can
Like,
get it back. So
Yeah, like this mission is not worth me dying over.
I
I'll
just
wait
wanna-
this
I
one
just wanna- I
out.
just want to put it as nines. I just want to put it out there. I just want to let everybody know how the hat works, because I want to share it. I'm about the group, but if you take it from me, I'll have to kill you.
For sure.
You will die.
So yeah, so I give Mirren the hat, and I'm just a
Okay.
Warforged now with my cloak and everything. So
Okay.
I'm not going to be discriminated against, and she can
Mhm.
turn into whatever the hell she wants.
Yes.
I
Which she
immediately
does.
turn into a dragon.
Like a full. It has to be the same size as you. Give or
Yes.
take
So
a
just a
foot.
regular size.
I
was about
no
to
wait.
say, you're
I
in
am
an
a dragon.
alleyway.
I'm a dragon the size of Hamilton.
You can't be that
You're a
small.
dick dragon.
We
Then.
can't be that small.
It's 1 foot less than you are, or 1 foot taller than you are. But body size, girth, and weight, and proportions can be what you need, whatever you want. But you cannot
So
add
you
an
can be a
appendage. So you can't have a
U-sized
tail unless you have a
dragon.
tail.
Yeah, it's got to be the same number of limbs as well.
Hmm.
So you're
Do
more of a
wings
dragonborn.
Yeah,
do wings count as limbs? Oh.
not the limbs that you could have. Like it would be the same as a tail, unless
So
you
you
were
can't
like an
turn-
Aarakocra
Well,
or
I
something.
thought he turned into like a big monster thing at one point.
It's a foot taller than him, and it's the like the destroyer from
Oh.
So
Thor.
it was just a humanoid.
yeah,
No
a
extra
humanoid
limbs.
metal being, which
I must
mean,
have just
he kind of is
actually-
already.
I probably just added a bunch of extra limbs on my head. So every time you've been transforming, I've been imagining like this gnarly thing.
No, it's this big
Um,
metal humanoid. Its face opens up and shoots fire.
Okay, so while y'all are discussing, so you hand over the hat to Mirren. You explain to her that you need it back, and that she has to promise to give it back to you.
Okay, Caspian, what should I be? Caspian.
An elf. Aren't we going into Elflands? Be an elf. Like less blue than me, and I can be like your cousin.
Perfect. I'm glad that we were able to come up with that dynamic because it was going to be tough to think of a thing that we could be.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, so I'll turn into a sea elf, and Caspian and I will be not siblings.
Well, I was just thinking. I was just thinking if you were.
What's one step away from
What's one step away?
siblings?
I was just thinking if you were slightly less sea elf, but slightly like not quite as blue as me, but tinted blue, so that way
Like a very pale blue.
like a very pale blue, so that way you fit in a little bit more. Like because I'm not an elf, I'm a sea elf, so I will still kind of stick out.
Gotcha.
But if you are slightly more, then it's like, oh, you look like you belong here. This is my cousin. We look related.
Everything about this is so uncomfy, but sure. Like we're going into like a sundown town. This is so weird.
Oh my
Tolan,
god, that fucking phrase. Whew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heavy.
Hi guys, we lived through 2020 as I was writing this campaign.
Yeah.
I
True.
made a place that I would potentially like to cause some havoc in.
Oh no, we can fuck this town up. Like I am all once we're. I think that Tolan will probably be very just surprised at how creatively we solve whatever this problem is.
I will
So-
tell y'all, just so you know, there have been tons of different races that are not elves or humans or anything like that. It seems like the racism, like legit, like I was not trying to go for racism when I was originally writing this, and I was like, shit, I went down the racism route. Sorry.
There's so much racism in D&D. Like
There
it's
is.
okay that we're gonna we're going to run into it in the story. So let's just like be dicks to these people.
I kind of wanted to give y'all the opportunity to be like assholes to people, and it be like, I feel really good. That was cathartic.
Yeah, like you did not put the racism in D&D. You're fine.
But like it doesn't seem like this was like, obviously if there was a shit ton of racism from the get-go, this town would not look the way that it does. There's a ton of different races of people here, and it looks like a lot of them do indeed live there. They just seem to now live on the
So it's
the
like
outer
somebody
part.
like the Lord or whatever came in and like fucked up
Possibly.
the town. Maybe. So is it
Possibly.
like so they're gonna be okay with Warforged, but we have to look like a certain kind of elf. And then what so tieflings are not cool. What else should we like avoid? Also, how do I is anybody gonna like maybe cousins is better than siblings, but that way nobody's like, hey, so how's your parents? And I'm like, I know their names.
point, and this is all just on the off chance that you draw attention. The disguises and stuff is to try to get y'all to.
Just keep your head down. Don't make eye contact.
Yeah, Tolan lets you know that the hardest part of this is going to be getting to the house, because that's when y'all are the most out in the open, the most likely to be stopped if
Ooh.
it doesn't look like you belong there for the wedding.
Cool.
Like, there's going to be a ton of people, so it kind of works for you in the fact that there's a bunch of people who aren't normally here that are here inside of this area, specifically here in this area, because this is where the wedding guests are. So, yes, once you get past the front gate, less scrutiny as long as you haven't drawn attention to yourself, because obviously if you're able to get past the front gate, you're supposed to be there, unless you draw attention.
Run attention.
Tolan had asked before we went to break, because they don't like kind of hog tying their own limbs by you guys not knowing what all is going on. How much do you guys want to know? Martell had said that there
Tell
was
me everything. I want to know
a
everything.
higher risk for you guys.
Don't
Okay.
care. I want
Tolan
to know
looks
all.
around and says, all right, cool. Whoever doesn't want to hear this, like, I don't know, plug your ears. The reason Martell doesn't want you guys to know too much is because he doesn't know how you guys work yet, and on the off chance that you get caught, you'll be tortured for information. Just,
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Yeah, that feels
know,
unlikely. Knowing
you
us.
survive that kind of shit how you need to, and some that's how they survive that kind of shit. So good on you. It's a good mental fortitude. So here's the deal. Calris is gonna die.
Who?
And the bride,
Which?
Calrissa.
Okay.
She's gonna die. Lord Bregrin has already set it in motion. He's trying to gain more favor with the people and get a lot more sympathy on his side, and what better way than to have some thugs, kinds that he doesn't like, kill off his brand new daughter-in-law, then bringing together even closer one of the biggest merchant families on this coast with his cause. So that's what we're going into here. He's willing to kill his own daughter-in-law and put his own son at risk in order to gain more favor, in order to gain power.
We're killing him,
Well,
right?
Not her
Everyone's-
husband. Her husband's dad.
How's
We
his
don't-
dad? Yeah.
Oh,
We're,
We don't kill the
Kidnapping.
husband.
Kidnapping her also do the same thing.
can we do both?
What?
Kill the dad
Having-
and kidnap her.
I think killing the dad should be a hard secondary, and we should just get her and get out. Follow these guys' plan. Let's not improvise on them too much. And if we get an opportunity to, sure.
Tolan looks at you and goes, if we're seen by Lord Bregrin, we're probably not getting out of that house.
Probably like a level like fucking 14, 15.
At the
probably gonna
very
fuck us up.
least, he has 2 bodyguards with him who are hardcore supporters of that temple and his god. And he has some divine favor, unfortunately. Yes, sir.
Is there
With
a
an 18 hit
picture?
divine favor.
Is there a picture or a statue of this god anywhere?
You have not seen one anywhere that you have been. Tolan, if you ask Tolan, what what kind of god and stuff like that, it is Heliod, who is the god of the sun.
Do I know what Heliod, the god of the sun, would look like?
Roll me history.
Ten.
No, it's not. You haven't really been interested in the gods too much. They don't do much for you, so you don't need to do much for them.
All right.
But you do, like, even you know who the god of the sun is. Like, sun's kind of a big deal. Tolan tells you that the best time to probably get the drop on anyone inside the house and make sure Lord Bregrin is otherwise entertained would be at dawn, when the sun is rising, when those who ardently worship Heliod go to pray. So you have, it's about, I would say 1, 2 in the morning. You've been out partying that night. So you have just about 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours until dawn.
We're gonna short rest and then, or I guess none of us sleep, so that would be a long rest for us.
Mm-hmm.
What's the longest? I think.
Yeah, I would love to get my 10 hit points back.
4 hours.
4 hours.
4 hours for everybody.
Is Mirren 4 or 6 hours?
I can double check, but I think it's 4.
Mine's 6.
Yours is 6.
Century's
looking right
rest
now.
is 6 hours.
I can give y'all. Yeah, we can do that. We can do a long rest. That's fine, because it gets you right around that time frame.
Do not reset max HP.
That's just on the off chance that you haven't input something correctly on your edit.
All right.
All right, so we had 22 stealth, 12 stealth for Caspian. Nines is going to change his appearance. Tolan rolled really high for their stealth and is going to change their appearance.
I'm not changing my
And then-
appearance. I gave the hat to Mirren. She's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
have it to change it. I'm just gonna be
Yeah.
myself in my cloak.
Can I just
Okay.
stealth with my 22?
Yeah, you can stealth. Like, Josh, what did you roll for stealth? Do you remember, or do you need? You can re-roll it if you don't remember.
Oh, it's a 5.
You rolled a 5.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'll take the reroll if you're handing them out.
I'll take the 5 since you remembered. So Mirren's
Could've
gonna
been
look
so much better.
different.
Oh wait, disadvantage. Ooh, that'd have been just awful.
All right. So honestly, group stealth with the fact that you have multiple people who are changing, not terrible. So as you
Is-
go up to,
Can
Okay.
potentially would, and this can be, I could be reaching, would Sis and I potentially get advantage on stealth because she looks like she belongs here and I kind of look like I belong here?
yes, because y'all made sure to make the distinction.
Okay.
So I will let you both re-roll that.
I'm just gonna do it here. I'm rolling like shit everywhere, so 15. 18.
So you had a 18, a 15, a 22, a 5, and a 25 for the group. All right. I like that y'all came up with a plan and we're able to re-roll that. I really do. All right, so you go up to the guards. Mirren, you look like a light blue sea elf. Your aquatic features have been toned down. Between you and Caspian's telling you like, maybe not so much this.
Ooh,
Everybody's kind
maybe
of
our
looking.
maybe our story is like I'm related to somebody who lives here, and then he's my cousin.
Yeah.
He's my cousin come to visit.
That's my cousin.
For the wedding.
Mhm.
Alrighty. That sounds good. Okay, so we are looking at. So y'all go up towards the two guards at the gates. Traffic has slowed down. There's not a whole lot of other people going in and out since the wedding has finished and everybody has gone to bed. It is very early in the morning. But you see that as Tolan changes their appearance, they take out of their pocket what looks like a stylized wreath pin, and they put it on what is their guard's outfit now that they've changed their appearance. Oh, actually, no, they don't look like a guard. They don't want to do that. They're simply going to look like a human man, middle-aged human man.
Human man.
Human men.
Wow.
That was very bright.
Jesus Christ.
Clip that. Clip it.
Jesus
Clip it.
Christ.
Okay, I clipped it.
That was fantastic.
Trying to use this
Middle-aged
calculator for
human
the
man.
averages, and I'm like, where's the button to make it do it?
I love that. Okay, so you all
One
go
mode
up.
That's not dark mode. Just
Widescreen
Does
monitor
anybody
too.
want to say anything to the guards as you are approaching? Or are you just going to try to walk
No.
past?
Don't say shit. Don't look at him. No eye contact. Nothing. Don't be suspicious, and not in the funny
Don't
way.
be suspicious.
No,
Don't
no,
be
no,
suspicious.
no.
Don't
no.
be suspicious.
No,
Don't
no,
be
no.
suspicious.
We all
No,
start
no, no.
humming that song.
we're all breaking out dance.
No,
Don't be
whistling
suspicious. Don't be
causes
suspicious.
attention.
Don't be
No, none of it.
Don't be suspicious.
Question.
What
What are y'all doing with Alexander Hamilton?
What's his stealth modifier?
Can he fit in your chest cavity? Can you just shove him in there real quick?
Don't be suspicious.
Are you open to renaming Hamilton John Ralphio?
Not at all.
God
The
damn it.
worst.
Stop it. We can't do that.
Don't be
Gonna
suspicious.
get caught. Discord.
Was there anybody that could watch him while we do this? Or no?
We put a little leash on him and make him look like a dog.
He could
You
wear the hat.
could. You could make it look maybe like. And Tolan comes up to you and goes,
Why don't we
Let
strap
me-
him? We could strap a mop to him and make him look like one of those fancy poodles.
Ooh.
and he goes, let me have the leash.
I reluctantly hand it over.
And then they assume an air of like they kind of make their clothes change to a little bit nicer morning robes kind of thing, and they have this pin now, this stylized wreath that they've pinned onto their chest, and they assume a very haughty air and kind of hold the leash in like a very fancy hand, and they go, off to morning prayers then, and like starts to very daintily like tippy toe walk, very feminine for such a broad-shouldered man, just walking through. And Alexander Hamilton like starts to like feels the leash kind of like pulling up slightly, so like he corrects his posture and he's very prancing his way along, just like, okay, I don't know what's going on, but we're going this way. And y'all follow. The guards take notice at first, and then they see the pen, and they nod and bow their heads gently, and y'all pass. So you make it through the interior. Tolan knows the way. Tolan has been here many times incognito since they have arrived in Quarky, trying to figure out the best routes to get here. And it is quiet in this early morning light. The sun is beginning to peek over the horizon. The sky is beautiful in its coloring. Warm palette, essentially just pinks, purples, slightly distracting. You see the house, and you can hear some movements inside and things like that, as if some people are awake, but not the entire household quite yet. Tolan stops outside of a door. Okay. Are we ready?
Yes. Wait, who's all in here? It's just the wife and the bride and the groom, right?
This is the main house. This is where the entire bridal party is staying. So, father of the bride, it's the father of the bride's house. Father of the groom is there. Groom, any immediate family is probably staying here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's do it. Thumbs up. 2 thumbs up.
Do we have a layout of the building? Is Steve Martin here? Can we kidnap Steve Martin?
We do not have it this time because I did not expect to get this far tonight.
That's okay.
We can continue if we want to, and Theater of the Mind it. Or we can end it for tonight. That I will leave up to you.
I am
Caspian, as we get to the gate and he does the whole hot damn because we made it through this far, and then boom, just full Spartan kicks the door open.
No, he doesn't.
Fast and loud, baby.
No, he doesn't. No, he
Caspian
doesn't.
rolls a strength check. I've got
Okay,
+0.
How
Let's go.
How open are we to renaming Caspian John Ralphio?
Very open.
Pretty open to that.
Very open to that idea.
I'm okay with continuing this whole thing next time, personally, because I'm sleepy. But I also understand if people want to continue doing things.
I have what is going to happen inside the house, but I have not made the map yet.
Your guys' call. It's up to you. I mean, it's your campaign. If you don't want to play half of a part of a campaign, I get it.
What?
What? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, you're like
Half
you
of
don't-
Part of it.
you're like
Campaigns
playing
are like
half of
months
this part.
long.
You're like playing half of this part because you don't have the map. So if you don't want to play because you don't have that part, that's fine.
I'm cool with Theater of the Mind.
Me too.
I will be honest that I will be
Less engaged.
less stealthy if I'm not sure, if I don't know where where I'm going.
That's
Like,
the
'cause I
opposite
will,
of
like-
what you should be.
If I'm not sure where I'm going, I'm fucking going hardcore.
It's just because, like, if there's a map, I can kind of like, okay, if I can kind of do some strategery on where we want to go. Like, can we separate people from there? If I don't know,
Strategery, like bumping into everybody, even after a nat 20 was rolled to see a trap, and making sure that somebody got
Yes.
injured from trap.
yes,
That had a map. I'm just pointing that out.
yeah,
We can definitely wait. Like, I'm cool
Get
with
a
waiting
wet.
because I would like to be able to make the map just to keep you guys more engaged, because I know that it makes it a little bit easier to stay focused when you're thinking about, the actual physical movements. If we were playing in person, I would probably call it and wait until I had the physical layout as well.
Okay.
Honestly, did not expect y'all to roll as high as you did for stealth. and I thought one of y'all was gonna Leroy Jenkins through the fucking gate. So
I'm
He's like, I'm
we're good.
ready.
I
We're
kept
good.
keeping it cool. I opened the fucking episode dealing everyone 10 necrotic damage. So I was like, I'm gonna be lower key for the rest of the episode.
I should probably contain myself a little bit.
Yeah, I
Well,
really kind of
I think probably we were not like we got out a lot of our chaotic energy last night when Brandon accidentally dropped a dragon on us. And so I think today we were like, maybe we'll make some better life choices.
it's true.
But you planned for us to make our usual bad life choices.
I
Little
like
bit.
that Jess is building
Little
in
bit.
like chaos buffers. She's like, I won't need the
yeah,
map
just-
to see if any of these fucking idiots won't make it through the gate.
That's very true.
We rolled
I
very
don't
well
want to say that that
mannered.
was my thought, but yeah,
That
I
explains
I
why
was
you were pulling it
expecting-
out, and you were like, "So, are you guys gonna fuck anything up?" And we were like, "No, why would
Oh,
we do
we're
that?"
fine.
Yeah,
Who would
kind of
do
just
such a thing?
expecting.
And you're
full
like,
throttle,
"Are you
pedal to
sure
the metal,
you're not
like,
gonna
yeah.
fuck anything up?" And we're like,
They're right
No.
here.
"Chill."
Who would do such a thing?
It's
I have-
totally like just these two guards. Like nobody else is around. It's super early in the morning. You guys don't want to just attempt to, pretend to be one of them?
We have post D&D clarity. We're good. Like we're still riding that.
Exactly.
We know. We're just like, no, it's chill. We'll just walk through.
Oh, good.
Where I used to just be like, here's this super, like, okay, this sign on top of this very empty room says that there used to be creatures in here, but they are no longer here. Yes, with your first roll, you can tell that they are no longer here.
Room.
Okay,
I
we're
see
gonna
it in
spend
the-
20 minutes.
half of the
Yeah, we-
session
You were
yelling
like,
at
"Do
this
you
room.
guys? You were just like, do you guys want to do the thing that's the plot?" And we were like, "Yeah."
Yeah,
That's what
you
we're
were
doing.
like,
Yeah.
shit, like,
I
oh,
wrote
I was
15
waiting for the
minutes
butt.
of having to deal with your bullshit.
I like that we
Y'all
fucked up
wonder you
Jess.
Cut it out.
Like Jess spent so much time writing not the plot that she couldn't get to the plot because of our dumb fuckery.
I wanted to have things prepared for if like the guard situation, like if y'all didn't
Jess is
figure out
only
how you're
writing
gonna sneak in.
contingencies.
A little bit, yeah, because I was like, there's a whole lot of landscape. You're gonna go through a couple situations, honestly, especially with the like racism thrown in there. I expected kind of a Leroy Jenkins, like we're going on a fucking
Like we
crusade
went to
right
like
now.
the last time that we encountered a D&D city that was because like there's so many D&D cities that are like everyone here hates this kind of person. And the last time we were in a city like that, we literally tried to nuke it.
True.
Accurate,
It's true.
accurate.
If it
How
had
much
not
damage
been,
will this necklace of fireballs cause? Oh, you mean the place that has a
I will
dragon?
I will kill everybody right now.
they were lucky that that town was built out of stone and dragon.
I was gonna kill everybody in that hallway for sure.
If this had been like a knitting town or fucking
A town in
These are
general, like just something
mushroom
so much
clouds.
smaller. Y'all
Yeah.
were like in the town side of this large city who had a dragon.
built on stone on the edge of
Yes.
water.
Yeah. I mean,
The next fucking
would've
farm
been
that we go to, nuking it. I mean, fuck it. Caspian is like, you know what? Fuck this, and runs back to the gate to fuck up those two guys.
I love it though. Like honestly, the fact that I didn't expect it makes it so much better. That I'm just like, oh, they
You're just
They can
engaging
change,
with
like-
the plot. Oh, okay, okay.
all right, we don't
Now
want
we've
to
thrown him off
fight
his rhythm.
nobody. Nines didn't want to fight the random creature that approached him in the bar.
I mean, we almost had. I mean, think about it. At the very beginning, those two almost beat the shit out of Caspian. So, like,
I thought that might turn into something a little bit bigger too. Like I knew we were starting off with a strength saving roll from the armor hitter. That was the one big note that I had written at the bottom was that had occurred.
why did y'all finish early? Because we weren't fucking idiots. Our DM has to build in fucking idiot buffer time.
We need to start playing
Yeah, rolled
2
really
games,
well.
my game before this game every week, just so Jess can like continue to write her
Yeah,
like an
actual
actual
plot.
Get it out of our fucking
Yeah,
system.
just so Jess can like write the story she wants to, instead of like
Just like,
18
okay.
contingency plans to get to the story she wants
This
to.
is the fastest we've ever gotten to a story point because we haven't been like, what if we go over there and try to kidnap this other person? And you're
And
like,
to be
fine,
fair,
bitch,
though,
here's a whole ass kidnapping just for y'all.
we also started like an hour earlier than we normally do.
Oh, nice.
Also true.
It's true.
So, I mean,
I-
like,
This what is this guy's name? Who's with us?
Tolan.
I was
Oh.
about to start fighting Tolan. I was this close.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
this close to throwing a hammer. You know what? Let's just. What is this? Nat 20 on a hit for Tolan. No joke. Nat 20. That's a 24 to hit. Critical. Whew. I'm just gonna see what I would have done to him.
What you would
Damn.
have done.
Double them bad boys up.
Damn, that'd have been 9, 13. That'd been 15 damage with a fucking warhammer to the face. Would that have hurt him at all? Just curious. I'm not doing it. But I was about to fight Tolan.
For how much damage?
15.
That'd have been
Damn.
okay.
I'm still so
They're a
squishy.
rogue. They're a rogue. They could have uncanny dodge, which would have half that damage.
Fine.
And they're a higher level than you are.
I figured. That's
So,
why I didn't do it. I learned
although
from Brandon's
squishy,
campaign.
a little less squishy than at your level. Yeah. I'm kind of happy that Brandon's like, you want to fight an NPC in my game? Go the fuck ahead.
You basically
That's
had
kind
Aqua Woman
yeah,
drop a
legit.
trident and silence the entire area.
I
Yeah.
legit have taken that out of your book where like everybody gets a character sheet. Like if y'all are going to potentially interact, like I want them to be able to respond in a believable way to what whether that be you try to trick them into some or try to convince them that you want something. Like I want to know that what they actually have an insight as that character. Makes
Yeah,
it more
what are the-
believable to me.
What are their stat sheets? Yeah, they've all got stat sheets.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are homebrew nonsense. A lot of them are just not what they appear to be.
Yeah. Is there any questions y'all had about everything tonight? Anything we wanted to discuss further? We can talk out of game, meta game type situation. I will tell you almost anything you want to know without giving away something I think will delight you in the future. But I can clarify anything that y'all need or anything that y'all have forgotten that you want to just double check. Because, yeah, we had that. Josh, I reminded you about the rumor about Calrissa, which was that she was not fully supportive of Lord Bregren's policies.
Lord Bregren. He sounds racist.
You also had heard in that same, because you heard two rumors. One was about her, and then the other was that she was marrying the younger brother, but that there was, or the younger son, that there was an older son at one point in time, but that people didn't really talk about him. So you remember, that was what you had learned through the detect thoughts. Ashu has learned that Martel definitely works somehow for Euphoria and is like helping people to get there. He said something about Mirren also being touched by chaos, I think was what it was. You can always go back and rewatch them in order to figure out whether they be on Twitch or on our YouTube channel. They are almost all there. We're still uploading a couple of the last episodes, but they will be there. But yeah, so that's what you got. You also got that they were genuinely concerned for Calrissa and upset that they couldn't be more involved. Trying to think if there's anything else that you gleaned from him. I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay. Any questions, comments, concerns? No? Kelly's just like, all right. Thought
No,
this was going to go further.
I got my info that she doesn't want to be there, so I know if I can approach her and have some kind of persuasion on her to get out. She'll come with us
Mhm.
willingly. We don't have to really worry about that part.
Oh, actually, there was one other thing that Tolan would have told you about Lord Bregrin, because you said you wanted to know everything.
Yes.
And they would have paused before telling you this and like confirmed everything. You sure?
Yes.
All right. Martel is pretty sure this isn't the first time that Lord Bregrin has assisted in the assassination of someone close to him in order to gain power in the form of sympathy. Lord Bregrin's wife disappeared about 3 years ago. After that, he got really popular. He was already a hero to the people. From what I understand, he's a pretty damn good fighter. He protected them from like some sort of attack or some shit, I don't know. Long before I was born. But
He's a murderer. Is what you're saying. He kills people for
it's
political
never
gain.
it's never been confirmed. And nobody knows what happened to her. Martel, the way, and then she changes, or they change real fast into Martel. And they say, Lady Bregrin has not been seen. They never discovered a body. They've never heard from her. She disappeared. And then turns back. At that point in time, it would have been turned back into the goblin teenager. That's what he always says. He doesn't go into detail any further. I don't know how much he knows. It seems like he knows more, but that's what he's told me about this. I can guarantee if I'm going to get caught by this guy, I will kill myself before that happens. So he knows that I'm not going to say anything.
This guy's like super strong, so killing him isn't like gonna be easy. Well, I think we should just get her out and just bail. I'm just saying, because I
Yeah.
don't think it's gonna be easy at all. I think we're gonna die fighting this guy.
I think we should murder him.
No.
We should work to expose him so he has a social death first.
I think we should murder him.
Let me just
Death
get
by
this
media
chick and get
first.
out.
I did not murder him.
I
think we should
did
murder him.
not.
And in
I did
case
not.
y'all didn't pick up on it, Calrissa is a gnome.
Oh,
So that
she's
is who you are
tiny.
looking for. Yes. 2
So then
foot tall.
So then she's going to be very easy to get out of there.
Willingly?
We
Probably.
just need like an IKEA bag.
And knowing what you know about Lord Bregrin, the fact that she's a gnome marrying into his family is surprising to kind of anyone. But they're like, okay, maybe this is him showing that it's not racially based. It's don't break the rules. Obviously, he wouldn't have a gnome family combining with his. Like, all of the Grey Rocks are gnomes. And actually, y'all can roll religion, history, one of those two if y'all want to see what y'all know about the followers of Heliod.
20.
13.
Religion or
15.
what?
Religion or history?
I have -1 to both.
0.
Okay. 0? Like an actual 0?
No. I was saying when Brandon rolls,
Oh.
it'll be a 0. Mine's 15
Okay, I was gonna say, whoa!
for religion.
Yeah,
15
9.
for religion. Okay. Caspian, you wouldn't know. You've lived underwater for a long time. Heliod wasn't really a god that you gave too much about.
Yeah, so I'm not.
Everybody else would know that Heliod is indeed the god of the sun. Mirren, kind of the opposite of the gods that you deal with. So, cursory knowledge, Heliod is not a huge fan of death gods in
Oh.
particular. Kind of.
So he
In a
probably won't be
way-
a fan of me.
In a way, it's like a dislike that's born out of fear. Because death is the official end where people associate Heliod and the sun with beginning.
Gotcha.
Ashu and Nines, y'all would know that the followers of Heliod they're strict adherents to lawful good. They work towards the good of people by following the laws that have been set. If laws need to be changed, they normally will actively attempt to change those laws to attempt to benefit humankind or, civilization in this place, in this fantasy land. But there are extremes of people who think that everything needs to be in the image of Heliod himself. Ashu would know that Heliod sometimes presents himself as a beautiful sun-tanned or bronze-skinned man, humanoid-looking.
Mhm.
It's not like Lolth, who also appears as a spider, that kind of thing. If he appears as an animal of anything, it's like a pegasi, something ethereal, something grand and beautiful. So there's this idea that with some followers of Heliod, the closer you are in physical resemblance to Heliod, the better. But you can kind of maneuver your way through that by being devoted to Heliod and devoted to this push towards order and following the rules. Everything is good as long as you follow the rules. If people just simply followed the rules of Heliod, the world would be more peaceful.
Mm-hmm.
Everything would function better.
Mm-hmm.
The Ted's party hat's going to come in handy.
Why are you fighting this? This is the best, even if you don't think so, kind of thing.
All right.
Nines, as you actually, because you got a 15 on religion.
Mhm.
That foreign sensation in your brain as you're like thinking about this and preparing all this, and like as you understand that you're, going against, under the nose of a follower of Heliod like that, kind of seems to make itself more known as like just here when you need me, you'll know when you need me kind of thing. something responds in your mind. That strangeness responds
Well,
to
don't be shy.
the threat
Come
that
on
is
out.
Heliod.
What are you doing back there? Get out here. Come on. Okay.
Alrighty.
Don't be shy then.
So I think that's all the information I wanted to remind you of that you have learned so far. We should be good, and next time we will pick up with entering this house and attempting to kidnap a gnome bride on her wedding night.
Haha.
Wouldn't know.
Did you say who would have known?
Yes.
Got him.
I did.
Name of the session. Who would have known?
Who would have known?
Alrighty, so we will be back next week. Until then, everybody stay safe, stay sane. We love you.
Yay.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.